Hello, everyone. I'm Blayne Gilmer. Welcome to Southeastern 14, the channel where we cover all things SEC each and every day, daily coverage of the Southeastern Conference. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications. If you love news, notes, predictions, betting tips, analysis on the greatest conference in college sports, that's for football, baseball, and basketball, you can put it all into your information bank from Southeastern 14 right here. Like I said, like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Today, we are talking about the Tennessee Volunteers in 2023. There is a lot of excitement around the program, and rightfully so. Josh Heupel created a lot of buzz in Knoxville last year, rising Tennessee all the way up to a #1 ranking in the country before that Georgia game. Kind of derailed things a little bit for him there, and then some injuries and things like that occurred during the South Carolina game, and it didn't necessarily finish exactly like they wanted to, but still a unbelievable season. Joe Milton steps in like it's no big thing and just continues to produce right there at the end of the year for Tennessee, crushing Vanderbilt and then beating Clemson handily in the Orange Bowl as well. And that brings us to our topic here. I got to looking around on the old Twitter machine, or the X machine, I guess, as it should be called now, thanks to Elon Musk's rebrand, and saw a tweet here that I had to put up and had to discuss a little bit. This comes from Barstool Rocky Top. They're comparing the 1998 Tennessee Volunteers to that of 2023. You can see both teams had preseason coaches poll number 10 ranking. So Tennessee comes in as the 10th ranked team in the preseason this year in the coaches poll. Both were 11-2 the previous year. So in 1997, with Peyton Manning at the helm, a Heisman Trophy finalist quarterback, and the 2022 Tennessee team had Hendon Hooker, who many people thought should have been a Heisman Trophy finalist. He certainly played that caliber of football, but established quarterbacks there. They both go 11-2. Both teams played in the Orange Bowl the year before, even though Tennessee did lose to Nebraska in the Orange Bowl in 1997. And Tennessee beat Clemson in 2022. Both teams lost Heisman caliber quarterbacks, but had a backup ready to take the starting role. So they're saying the script has been written there. So my question is that where the similarities end? I know that, you're talking about two totally different styles of football when you're talking about Philip Fulmer and you're talking about Josh Heupel. The game itself, just over time, over 25 years, has evolved. But think about it, the 25-year anniversary of Tennessee winning its national championship, and there are just some eerily similar circumstances around the program here. Now, the question is, can Joe Milton be T. Martin? Can he come in and be that consistent piece that they need? Let's look at some of the stats here under Philip Fulmer and under the 1998 Tennessee Volunteers. T. Martin that year only completed 57% of his passes. So it wasn't like it was a explosive attack through the air. Only 8.1 yards per attempt, 8.5 air yards per attempt. Did have a 19-6 touchdown ratio. I think Joe Milton, of course, is going to blow all those numbers out of the water, especially the yards per attempt and the air yards. He's going to be slinging it down the field. But the rushing attack for Tennessee, let's see, they ended up averaging 200 yards per game rushing in the 1998 season. Let's compare that to the 2022 Tennessee Vols just to look, because one thing that people don't realize about Josh Heupel is people that are just watching from the outside, they like to say, oh, well, Tennessee's just going to throw it all over the place and things like that. No, Tennessee wants to run the football. They want to spread you out. And if you're not going to take advantage of the numbers, or if you're not going to leave enough in the box, they are going to run the football on you. So let's just do a little comparison for last year, because Tennessee has the same backs coming back. They have a lot of the same offensive line coming back. Jalen Wright and Jabari Small respectively rushed for 6 yards a carry and 4.7 yards per carry. 875 yards total for Jalen Wright, 734 yards for Jabari Small. They're both coming back. You have Dylan Sampson that is going to be in the mix as well over there. So really a three-headed monster at running back. Let's look what Tennessee had over there in that national championship year. When you're looking at rushing yards, they had Travis Henry, who led the team with 970 yards, 5.5 yards per carry. Jamal Lewis was part of that attack for Tennessee. Remember, he tore his knee up in October of that year, only got to play in 5 games. But when he did play, 6.8 yards per carry. And, of course, he had almost 500 yards rushing. Then Travis Stevens stepped up during his absence as well, 477 yards, 4.5 yards per carry. So when you talk about it, they were, they were a football team that absolutely was able to run the football 211 yards per game. That's pretty salty right there when you talk about Philip Fulmer's team. Now, here's where I don't know if Tennessee can equal what they did in 1998 in 2023. That defense under Philip Fulmer and company was outstanding. They averaged giving up 14.5 points per game. They were the 8th scoring defense in the country. Let's look at the opener. They gave up to open the season. They gave up 33 points to Syracuse and had a 1-point victory. It was a narrow win. So even that's a similarity. They open with a non-conference opponent who is a Power 5 team, at least the Big East was back then, and now they've got Virginia. So I don't think Virginia will give them quite the scare that Syracuse did, a good Syracuse team back then that was ranked 17th in the preseason, and Tennessee was 10th coming into that game. So a little bit different. They had a ranked matchup, but still a Power 5 non-conference opponent early on. They only won that game 34-33 to start off the year, but they gave up 33 points there. They would not give up 20 points again in the season in a game until Arkansas on November 15th. So from September 5th to November 14th of 1998, Tennessee gave up less than 20 points in every game from there. They shut out Vanderbilt. They only gave up 21 to Kentucky, and then gave up 14 to Mississippi State, 16 to Florida State in the Fiesta Bowl. So that defense was absolutely elite for Tennessee in 1998. Let's look at the Tennessee defense in 2022. They were the 36th best scoring defense. They give up 22.8 points per game. So I think the offense, of course, is going to be much more explosive than Tennessee's offense was in 1998, only averaging 33 points per game. I don't know if Tennessee's going to be the 46.1 points per game that they were a year ago. I think that people discredit a little bit of how big of a loss it is with Jalen Hyatt and Cedric Tillman being out. I don't know that Joe Milton is what Hendon Hooker was able to be. I think Hendon Hooker was a very, very special player. I think Joe Milton is very talented, but can he have a changeup to go with the fastball? We're going to see. We're going to see how that thing, sometimes you got to take a little bit off. You got to be able to layer throws. And I think Joe has to be able to show that there for Tennessee to have the kind of success that they want to have. But nonetheless, this is very, very intriguing right here. Like I said, both preseason top 10, preseason number 10 in the coaches poll, both 11-2 the previous year, both played in the Orange Bowl, both have quarterbacks that were the backup a year ago, the previous year, that are replacing Heisman caliber type quarterbacks coming in. Man, it's going to be a interesting year for Tennessee fans as they celebrate the 25th anniversary of that 1998 national championship. Does it feel like 1998 to you in Knoxville? Go ahead and leave your comments here. If you think that is the case, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and we will catch you guys next time as we are preparing for a tremendous football season right here on Southeastern 14. We got Jake Crane, who's going to join us each and every week for a weekly segment. You can find that in our videos. Brian Edwards, a Vegas insider for decades, is on the channel now giving out Vegas tips and betting picks on games throughout the year. We have game by game breakdowns and predictions. You do not want to miss the content here on Southeastern 14 if you like SEC football, and it's going to be a fun season to break everything down. But does it feel like 1998 for Tennessee? We shall see. For everyone at Southeastern 14, I'm Blayne Gilmer, and we'll catch you guys next time to talk more about the greatest conference in all of college sports, the SEC. See you later.